Hi guys, and welcome to, well, the start of the build for the shop layout. So I'm in the shop by myself today. I've got the lasers running in the background, so excuse the noise. But I've made a start on the baseboard, so I'll just move the camera for you so you can see. So baseboards have come. It is 18mm European style plywood, and I've constructed two sides so far, and I'll let you just follow along on how I'm doing the other two. So there will be a sped up version of what I'm doing, but you'll get the idea of how I work. I'll just move you closer. So to how I'm attaching the sides to the actual baseboard to form the frame, I bought this little nifty tool from Amazon, which allows you to drill pockets like so at an angle. Therefore we can screw into the baseboard itself rather than using any type of brackets, or because I'm by myself I can't really flip it over and screw from the top, so I've got to screw with the baseboard down, as you can see it in the side. Baseboard's down and I'm able to stand the sides and the framework up and screw from the top into the baseboard, and they're not going through because I'm only using the short screws. Along with that, I'm using hard as nails to glue a bead of glue down each strip. So I'll continue working on this piece. I'll try not to get in your way. Move it over here, you should be able to see. Ideally some G-clamps would be better, but this is all I have to hand, so we'll make do. So I'm leaving this tool a couple of inches away from the edge, because I did on the first attempt, hopefully I wanted to put the screws right up to the edge, but the plywood's just splitting, so I'm just leaving a couple of inches. Pulling that up for you, I'll see what the tool so you can see what the tool does itself. I can't remember what it's called, to be honest. I'll have a title that comes up in the video for you to tell you exactly what it's called. But it was found on eBay, Amazon. There was some kits which were £60–70, but this was just a £15 jobby from Amazon, and it's working well so far. It's not perfect by any means, but it's better than trying to do it by freehand. So I've got another rail for the other side of the baseboard to do, and then we've got the frame supports for the centre. So we've got one going at the end, two in the centre, and one at the other end, like so. So I'll crack on with that, and we'll catch back up when I've cut them all, and we'll start screwing them into the baseboard. Okay, so we've cut the two long strips for the sides of the baseboard. Now we want the centre supports and the two end pieces. So I've measured these, taking into account the thickness of each side, from the width I've got, and they come out at 57 centimetres or 570 mil. And of the strips I've got from the plywood, I had the same plywood cut up. I've got 12 strips. I do get 4 supports out of one of these strips I got cut for me. So we're looking for 57. Okay. So we've got our mark. And this is where we're going to cut to. So you want to, if you're using a chop saw like this, make sure the wood is nice and flat at the back. I'm going to bring this line down to the centre, and I'm going to line this up to the other side of the blade, so we're cutting dead on the measurement we want. So that's just past it this side, but the blade edge, the teeth should cut on the line for the other side. So I'll clunk it into place now. Okay. Just get your battery for it. Okay, and that cut. It's dead on that line. So I need 4 of these out of this strip. So I can use this one as a template now. Just move this down. I'm going to line one end up so the edges are nice and flush this end. I'm going to bring this here. I'm going to drop the blade down and push this wood right up so it's touching the blade. That should be good there. Just a bit more. Right, okay. Take that piece away, and we'll go for this one. Okay, so we've got 4 equal lengths now. So the only thing we've got left to do for these pieces is again drill the pockets for screwing them and gluing them to the baseboard. So I'll just quickly clean up. Okay, so the pockets, I'm going to screw or drill into this first of all. I want So if you imagine this standing up like so for the baseboard, I want to be able to screw into the side pieces. We're going to screw on in a minute. So one that side, one the opposite side, and a couple down, and we'll do that for every piece. And you should definitely not do what I'm doing, screwing towards yourselves without a proper clamp. I'm being a bit of an idiot, but I'm impatient when it comes to this kind of stuff. I want to get it done because I've got a fair few orders to get through, and this is a bit of free time I've got today. So one is on order, but I'll probably be done by the time I get to use it. So make sure you're clamping everything up properly, especially if you're drilling towards you. Okay, so that's all the pockets cut on that one. I'll do the same for the other three, and then we'll start gluing them onto the actual baseboard we've got to do. So be back with you any second. Okay guys, so we've got all the pieces pocketed and ready to attach to the baseboard. So this piece will go that way. On the pockets on the inside, so I'll just flip this one round. That'll go there, and then we've got the four cross members. So we'll start with the one side for now. Get that glued in and drilled into place. So I'm just putting a thin bead of Arder's nails right away down this edge. Okay, and I'm now just going to flip this up and rest it in that glue. It should stay stood up for me, as done before. So I'm just going to concentrate on the one edge. I want the outside flush with the baseboard. I want this edge nice and flush. So I'm going to put one screw in there and we'll work our way down. Okay, so start with this one. Just going to get the screw going first for me. Okay, and then I'm going to, like I said, line up this side and the outside. And we'll screw in. Like so. So that's now nice and secure I'll work my way down. I'm not sure if you want to watch that, but you know the process now. I'm going to go right the way down, and then we'll come back and I'll fit the cross members in. Okay guys, so I've got both sides now attached using the screws and some hard as nails, like I said, and the last remaining bit to do for this side of the baseboard is to attach our end pieces. So I'll set these up on the camera and give you a quick look of how I'm doing this. Okay, we'll fit the piece first, make sure it fits. Bob on. So these sides will get pulled in slightly when we screw them up tight. But yeah, that's spot on that. So you're going to run some hard as nails around this edge. I'm going to start with the middle one. Just found doing the other two, that allows me to get it nice and flush on the outside too. So we'll just put one screw in here for now. Okay. Okay, so outside's now nice and flush, and all what's left to do is put some screws in the remaining holes, and that's it for one end of the baseboard. We'll repeat the process for the middle two, and then we'll do the same for the other end. Spot on. So I'll continue now and do the other three sections the same way, with the pockets facing down for the baseboard for me to screw into the baseboard. The screws I'm using are only 25mm, so they're not going through the other side, thankfully. And so once we've done this, the next thing we've got to work out is how to join. Pretty much the way that baseboard's laid out here, this is going to be joined to here. So my thoughts are to run 3 bolts through it, ensuring that the bases are level. So I might put a piece of MDF in there while I drill through originally, clamp together, and we'll tighten some bolts up. And then the next part for me, the next video will probably be me doing this and attaching some legs to the baseboard, and then we can flip them all the right way. The legs, for the bottom of the legs, I've bought some leg adjusters, so as long as I cut the pieces of wood the same length, I've got some wiggle room with the adjusters to make it all nice and level. I've no doubt this floor isn't level at all, like anything in Blackpool, I'm afraid. So that's the next step. I'll carry on with this, and once I've completed this, I'll give you a quick walk around of what I've done, and we'll leave it to there for today, I think. Alright guys, here we are. I've done the complete layout of what will be the SCENIC shop layout. So we've worked through the baseboards, like you said. Now if you want to know a bit more about each piece, they are a standard size for plywood. So it's your 240 by 1220. I got them cut at the timber yard for me, so the sheet got cut directly in half. And I did that twice, which gave me 4 of the baseboards. And for the third sheet, I got it ripped into the 1200 lengths, 240 lengths, 2440 lengths I should say, and I got them cut at 100mm apart, which give me, out of the sheet, give or take a mil, all the sides, and once I'd cut the braces for the centre and the ends, give me every piece. So what you see here is practically out of 3 sheets of plywood. Now, it's the first time I've ever used that method with the jig to screw down into the baseboards. It went okay. The jig wasn't the best. There was definitely better ones on there, hence the price on Amazon or Toolstation or anywhere like that you want to look at. Would I use it again? Yeah, but I would probably pay the extra. If I knew I was going to use it again, which as a hobbyist I probably will. It's that old saying, you buy cheap, you buy twice. I probably should have bought the dearer jig. It would have been a lot more safer and probably would have been a lot more of a neater finish. Some of them went a bit ski whiff. Now you probably could get away with a proper clamp, as you know. I was just using a hand clamp. Now if you add a proper G clamp or something like that to really clamp it solid, you might not have had the issue I had. But I was working on a glass desk anyway, so I couldn't really tighten up onto that. It's just the space I've got in the shop. So my recommendations, I would use it again. I probably will use it again. I'll probably use a more suitable table to work on and clamp it down properly. But I like the fact that I've been able to do this by myself. In the past, I've had to struggle to find help to be able to screw from the base into the rails from above and trying to align them all straight and whatnot. This basically went together like a bit of a flat pack furniture once I prepped all the pieces. You'll see on the video, once I cut all the pieces and drilled all the holes, they were fairly simple to get together. So yeah, I definitely recommend that method. So that's it for now. I don't know when the next video will be, hopefully within the week. But the next stage is I want to work out a way of securing these to one another. So at the minute I'm thinking 3 bolts through with large washers and wrench them tight, and that'll clamp each side together nice and tight. I may drill a pilot hole through one of the side pieces halfway into the other side and use some wooden dowels just to help me align it initially. But I will try the bolt method first, and if I'm having issues with it twisting or moving slightly, I'll see what I can do. I don't really want any latches on the outside because I'll be covered in these eventually. So the outside I've got to kind of keep clean. So we'll go for that method first. We'll use some M12 bolts, I think, some M12 washers, and we'll screw. I was thinking 2, but now looking at it, probably 3 would be better. And then we'll get some legs, which will work. I might use some grub screws on them. I might give them a go. See how we're going with them. So, I mean, I was looking at a metre height for the legs. Ideally, I would have liked some stainless steel legs with it being in the shop. But for what it is, they're really expensive, and I just can't justify the price for a leg. You're looking at about £25 a leg for one side, and I'm needing a 16. So you're looking at about £200 to £150 for legs, which is a bit daft when a piece of wood will do. If I go down the wood route, eventually once it is finished, I'll probably wrap the bottom with some curtain just to tidy it up. But yeah, I'm probably thinking about it now. What's the more viable option? I don't want to spend an absolute fortune on legs. There's no point really. So I'll leave that here for now. I will catch you all again soon. Busy as ever in the shop. I'll probably come back tonight with the wife to get a few orders done, ready for post tomorrow. If you like this little come along, I'll try and list it differently on the YouTube channel for you, so you're not getting confused of any new products that come out. But by all means, subscribe, like, laugh in the comments, call me a div if you want. You should have done this, you should have done that. It's all fun and games. I'll see you all again soon. Ta-da!